Hey everyone! Welcome back to another Friday with Dannphan. Dannphan. Dannphan? It's even better! Friday with Dannphan. So it's actually been a while since I've done an actual Friday with Dannphan. Last time we did a fan art stream, which is a little bit different. But today we don't have any fan art today. We're just doing the casual Dannphan streams where you can bring topics for me to discuss and we can just talk. We'll just do a chill chatting regular ass Friday with Dannphan. I hope you all are having a great Friday so far. I hope you all have been enjoying the live action One Piece reviews, since that's mostly been all I've been uploading. There are other videos that I want to do. It's just I haven't had a whole lot of free time on my hands, and the One Piece things are just easy to get out there. So that's what I've been doing. But you can expect other videos later on if you've been missing some of my other content. Something that I was thinking about doing is rewatching some of my super old videos from when I was first kicking off on YouTube, and maybe do update videos, talking about the same subjects, but talking about how some of my opinions have changed and what opinions have stayed the same, and etc. Because I am quite a different person from when I first started YouTube, and some of you can kind of recognize the developmental stages throughout it. Oh yeah, Dannphan Remastered. There you go. But the issue with that is that I would have to go back and watch my old videos. I don't like watching my old videos because it's just it's just so cringe to see how bad my old videos are and how cringe I am. Even my new videos, I don't really watch. I know that's horrible to say. As I'll have a video edited by my new editor, Ricardo, and then I won't even watch the edited version. I'll just be like, yeah, it's fine. I know I'm super cringe in that video. I don't even want to see it. Let me turn this light on because it's a little bit dark. That's better. That's better. My face is all lit up. I'm looking pretty. Yes, it's a hard thing to do to experience your old content. I do this every time I read my old D&D notes. Yeah, it's very difficult. Very difficult to look back at your cringe past self. But I want to make some of those videos where I look back at some of my old contents and then maybe make an updated version or an extended version of that same topic, because I think it would be interesting. Especially since I kind of have been making very different content this year in particular, and it has not really worked out well. So maybe tapping into more of the older content that I used to do is the method for getting this channel to bounce back. I don't know, but we'll give it a shot, right? We gotta do some CPR on this channel, because I don't know if you've noticed, but it hasn't been doing super well. Nothing else. It's a sign of how much we've grown since early days. Oh yeah, for sure. Did you hear that Warner Brothers and Disney are going to air their 100 anniversary productions a month apart from each other? That's interesting. I heard about the Disney one. I didn't hear about the Warner Brothers one, but that's interesting that they're both celebrating very close together. Yeah, I saw a little bit of the Disney 100-year trailer, or 100 anniversary trailer, and it's refreshing to see 2D animation again. But of course, a lot of the animation that they're showing were just recycled from the movies, so it's not something I can really compliment wholeheartedly, because I know they probably, for most of what they showed, they didn't hire any new animators to actually get those animations. They just yoinked it from the movies. But yeah, whatever. What did it do? Do you think you'll enjoy doing the older type of videos as much as your newer ones? Well, I mean, in general, I've been struggling with doing videos. I guess most of it just has to do with a lack of motivation, because I don't feel like I get very positively rewarded for doing these videos. And sometimes it actually has the opposite effect, where like I experience very negative feedback from doing these videos, and that can be very demotivating, and it can make me feel like I just should never upload anything ever again. You know, I'm just hand hovering above the delete channel button sometimes, but trying to bounce back the best I can, right? It's part of the reason why it is genuinely very important to like and leave a positive comment every now and then, because it does make somebody's day when they get to read something nice. But in general, I've been trying to cover more positive stuff to maybe try to fish out some positive comments and some positive feedback. But no matter what you cover, no matter what you make your videos about, you'll get some negative comments for virtually sometimes no reason, right? Like these One Piece reviews. I was one of the first people to look at the One Piece casting call and say that I actually liked the casting, or at least for the main characters, that I actually liked the casting. And when the trailer came out, I said, "Oh man, this actually looks like it could be some campy fun. It looks like it could be corny and silly, but it looks like it would be enjoyable. And I'm excited to watch the One Piece live action, you know." And yeah, and people were like, "Oh, you're stupid, right? Netflix is gonna ruin One Piece. You shouldn't like have hope for this thing." You know, like very much downplaying those videos. And then the show came out, and it was popular, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, Netflix did something right. It's so good." Right? And then I come out with my review, and I'm like, "Yeah, it's decent. Here are my critiques." And then I get a bunch of comments angry at me because I didn't like it enough. So first, the problem is that I like it too much because of my nostalgia. And then the problem is that I don't like it enough because of my nostalgia. So it can get really frustrating. It's like whatever you do, whatever you say, no matter the opinion, you're always gonna get that backlash. You're always gonna get the lip from the comment section. It's tough. Like I mean, I don't know if I should say this because once again I'm gonna get lip, but I do think it's somewhat harder on girls, not because of sexism, not because of that, but because girls just kind of naturally have this instinct to be likable, or to you know, to get people to like them, even if it doesn't make sense to want somebody, like the whole Mean Girls theory, right? They don't like Regina George, but they want Regina George to like them. It's one of those things. So in a way, I'm still kind of subject to that way of thinking, where even though it doesn't make sense for me to want the entire internet idiot. Yeah, okay. It's synonymous with each other. It doesn't make sense for me to want the entire internet to like me, but I still have that instinct of, oh, if the entire internet doesn't like me, then I'm doing a bad. And it makes me very anxious, I guess. But yeah, to fit in the crowd, yeah, something like that. Obviously, it doesn't make sense, though. You can't get approval from everybody. You just can't. Oh, don't get discouraged, Trisha. You provide great perspectives on the clown world that is current comics and webtoons and pop culture. Well, thank you. I'm glad that people still enjoy my videos. I hope I can keep on creating videos that people are more interested in. Right now, I think the big thing is just figuring out how to get that view count up. I think that's, as far as like this channel goes, I think that's where my attention should be focused on, just like trying to get the view count up. I was hoping that more people would watch the One Piece live action reviews, but they're kind of just performing same-ish. And by same-ish, I mean low views. I guess because I didn't like it enough. But you know, whatever. I'm just trying to do a fair review, a fair critique, but I don't like it enough. I guess that's the problem. Yes, it is definitely hard to stand your ground on a topic when it feels like everyone's against you. But you know, even if you're the only one who feels a certain way, that doesn't mean that you're wrong. And I think that that's something that people kind of overlook sometimes. It's like, just because your opinion isn't popular doesn't mean it's a wrong opinion. You know, you shouldn't conflate those two things together. You can definitely have a big group of people who are all wrong about something. And people who are wrong about something are sometimes much louder. Much louder. So that's another thing. Do you have a schedule available? You mean for like when my videos come out? Right now I've been uploading on Wednesdays. I usually try to stream every Friday, but it doesn't really turn out that way. And I can't guarantee I'll keep streaming Friday forever until eternity. Maybe I should just announce every week if I'm going to be streaming Friday, like do a community post or something, because sometimes I really just can't make it. My schedule is a little bit all over the place because I have a couple of odd jobs that I take up to make ends meet, so to speak. So there's that. I've had plenty of supposedly wrong opinions in my life. Yeah, relatable. I'm sure like mostly everyone can agree with that we've all had wrong opinions. You could be me and hate One Piece, then you would feel truly alone. Yeah, right. Ugh. Some people will just like jump on whatever the popular opinion is and then look for someone to fight about it. You know what I mean? Like some people just like to fight and like to be backed up by a group. So they'll just find out whatever the popular opinion is on a certain topic, and then they'll just argue with anyone who deviates even slightly from the popular opinion. Twitter is full of those people, for sure, who just like to fight and try to find excuses for fighting with people. Yes, yeah, someone already said it. Most of those people aren't Twitter. Or should I call it X, right? Do you think he's really going to just keep it as X? It's so dumb. That's such a dumb rebranding. There's no way he can be serious. I'm just waiting for one day, like, everything on Twitter is back to the way it was before. And then Elon Musk just tweets out, lol, just kidding. Lol, JK. Then all the news articles pop off like, X rebrands back to Twitter? I mean, like, the website is still twitter.com. I don't know what's going on. I think that's part of his strategy, is that we never know what's going on with Twitter. So we're always confused and always talking about it. It's to help with SpaceX functionality. Don't know about that. Well, whatever. I'm sure it'll be all right. So, if there's any, I guess, type of video you'd like me to do, any topics you'd like me to discuss, you should give me some advice every now and then, you know? Give me your own opinion on what you think would be a popular video that I can make on this channel to boost some view count. There's a couple more DCYA comics I could cover. I just haven't been able to find links where to read them yet. Let me see. DCYA comics. They're graphic novels. Whatever. Whatever. What came out recently? All right. There's the Teen Titans Robin, although should I even bother continuing to cover the Kami Garcia comics? It's so boring. Anyway, Girl Taking Over I already covered. Strange Case of Harleen and Harley. I gotta cover that one. I do. And Static Up All Night I gotta cover at some point. I don't know when, but at some point I need to read these. Absolutely. Now, here's a thought. Don't know how you guys feel about this, but should I just make one big, super long video of me reading these comics and edit that down to maybe 40 minutes of me going through the whole comic? Or should I continue to do part 1, part 2, part 3, etc., etc.? I don't know how YouTube is with recommending long videos anymore. I don't know what the rule is, because the rule used to be that you can optimize your channel best if you upload around 10 to 20 minute videos. But once you hit above 20-minute videos or 30-minute videos or so, then YouTube won't like recommending those videos anymore. But I don't know how it is now, because YouTube is constantly changing their rules so that nobody can take advantage of them, which is a lot less than transparent. But, it is what it is. Sure, I love long videos. Don't mind the long videos. Personally, I'd go for a 40-minute video. I don't know if that makes sense algorithmically. I don't know either. I don't know what the current rules are. But I remember at some point in time, YouTube publicly would say, aim for around 10 minutes in your videos. And yeah, I don't know if that's still true. I thought YouTube penalizes you if people skip videos, so maybe multiple videos and the diminishing view counts on each hurts you more. I don't know. YouTube also punishes you if you don't have if the, what do they call it? Audience retention rate. So if you don't watch the full video, that also hurts you. If you only watch 2 minutes of somebody's 20-minute video, that'll also hurt you in the long run, because YouTube sees that and thinks, oh, well, people aren't really interested in this video. They think your video's crap. That's why they're clicking off of it after 2 minutes. So that could also be a problem. If somebody only watches a couple minutes in and then they're like, this video's too long, and then they click off. Aren't long video essays really popular right now? I don't know. I don't know how popular they are. I enjoy them, but I can't really speak for everybody. I have no idea how the algorithm works. YouTube is never consistent with the algorithm. Oh yeah, very sure. Again, parts, duh. Your One Piece manga reviews are as good as Chestnut, Tanuki, and Melon Tea's reviews, which I assume mean not good at all. No, I don't know who those other YouTubers are. Although I've not generally heard good things about my reviews. If that's a compliment, then thank you. If nobody likes part 1, nobody will watch part 2. YouTube employees have a channel where they give tips and explain features and stuff. Yeah. I get promoted that on the YouTube Studio page. Although I find their own tips and tricks to be very not super helpful. Usually their tips and tricks are just do whatever's popular. Just cover whatever popular topic, right? Or like, oh, add a pinned comment to your video. It's like, well, I'm already doing that. Oh, add tags to your video. It's like, I do that. I already do that. Give me something else, right? Yeah. Did you ever get to Buggy? To Buggy? You mean in One Piece? Yeah, I did episode 2. That's the Buggy episode, is episode 2. Right? So. Could you recommend any good comics to read if you never read any before? You mean like good starter comics if you've never read comics before? I did have a video where I gave manga recommendations for beginners, people who have not read manga before. I gave a few recommendations. You can check out that video. But if you're talking about like American comics or indie comics, I could do a separate video talking about that. Like specifically creators from here, from the USA. I can certainly make a video about that. Is it true that most views on any videos are from people who aren't subscribed? I've got a 50-50 percentage. So like 50% of my views are from people who are subscribed and 50% are from people who are not subscribed on my channel. I know some other channels that do much better than mine. It's not like that. But yeah. It's dumb how you get dinged for people not watching your full video. Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense. If I watch a video and like the first 2 minutes are a guy just like droning on and not getting to the point, I get annoyed and click off the video. And I would assume that other people would also get annoyed and click off the video. But there are some cases where it doesn't make any sense. Like if I click on the video, listen to a little bit, but then I have to go to work or something, and then I save it to my watch later to watch it later, then I don't think that deserves to penalize the video because, you know, I'm going to watch it later. I just didn't watch all of it right then and there. But I don't know. I read manga, manhwa, just not Freedom comics. Alrighty then. I go bonkers when they don't get to the point in the first 30 seconds. Yeah. Yeah, me too. Me too. For sure. It's really annoying. I subscribed as soon as I happened to find your channel. I like your personality, tone of voice, and the things you talk about. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you're enjoying my content. I hope I keep creating content that more people enjoy. Sorry. I know that you asked this before. Thoughts about the Scott Pilgrim anime? They're doing that now. Hot take, I never liked Scott Pilgrim. I was first introduced to Scott Pilgrim not from the comics, but from the first live action movie. I didn't like it. And that was it. I never got into it ever again. I watched that movie, said, this sucks, and then never went any further into that. I know some people like it. I know it's a cult classic for some. Just not for me. Just not for me. Not into it. Sorry. So no, I'm not gonna check out the Scott Pilgrim cartoon. Yeah, just make some ASMR videos and confuse YouTube. Exactly, right? Funny enough, sometimes the random topic videos do really well. And it didn't always used to be like that. Before, YouTube was all about consistency. Like if you uploaded the same type of video over and over again, then YouTube would know where to promote your videos. But for whatever reason now, like whenever you do a video that's hilariously off topic, sometimes it'll do better than your other videos. Part of that is because YouTube now tries to recommend low view count videos to just random people. You might have noticed that on your own recommended page, but just some like random people that you've never seen before, not covering a topic that you're interested in at all, it'll just pop up on your homepage and it'll have like 800 views or something. And it's like, why is this being recommended to me? That's just because of something new that YouTube's been doing. So oddly enough, now covering super random topics can get you more views than covering something with consistency. Maybe that's a method I should try out. I don't know. Maybe instead of covering comic and animation stuff, maybe instead I should try disgusting sodas and then rank them based on which I think taste better. Maybe that's how I'm gonna pop off in the world. Do videos on things that do videos on things that are up and coming, whether it be comic, show, etc. It's very difficult though, because people are always asking me opinions on something that I have no interest in. And some people can kind of fake it, where they pretend to be really interested in or passionate about a certain topic just because it's popular. I don't know. I don't know if it's as obvious when I'm actually interested in something versus when I'm just making a video for the views. Who's that one guy, Moist Critical? That is his entire channel. He just makes a video about whatever topic is getting traction on YouTube. Doesn't know anything about it. Doesn't know anything about the topic, and he'll just start recording. Super laid back. Doesn't give a shit. He's just like, I don't know, I heard about this thing. I guess I feel this way about it. And then that's the whole video. That's the whole video. I've watched so many of his videos that are exactly like that. But yeah. So I could do videos like that, where I just like cover something that I don't know anything about, don't have that much interest in, and just give an opinion on it. That is a method, I suppose. I mean, if it's a topic that a lot of people are talking about, they'll click on the video. And if you take a while to give your opinion on the actual thing that you're covering, then people will watch all the way through just to finally get to the point. But, you know. I don't know if those are the videos that I want to do. But I guess that is a method, right? I liked the tier list videos. Those tier list videos didn't get super good views either, did they? I like the tier list videos too. Fun fact. YouTube is doing that thing. So stupid. You know, like if I can't even explain it to you. It's just something that I think only a fellow content creator would understand. It's just like one of those mildly frustrating things about YouTube Studio is that you can't really search through your videos unless you go to your channel. Because if you search through your videos on the YouTube Studio search bar, you have to click one video to actually get like the stats on it. You can't look at multiple. Anyway, whatever. How about you try new things and giving us honest opinions? Like, I'm always giving an honest opinion. Now, I don't fake my opinions. You can tell because people are really mad at me all the time. If I wanted to fake my opinions, I would just go for the casual, I'll just pick whatever the popular opinion is and not explain it any further. What about skits? You were really good with skits in the past? Skits are very deceptive because, like, they only last for like a few seconds, right? But they take so much time to do and set up. And you wouldn't think that, but they do. And, you know, it's also, I don't always have the inspiration for a skit. And even skits, they do much better if you cover a popular topic with said skit. And then, like, should I make them shorts? Because you don't make a lot of money with shorts, but you also don't make a lot of money with short videos, even if you post them to regular YouTube. It's just generally bad. And it's also like, where do I fit in an ad read, right? Because people are going to watch the short skit, but they won't stick around for when I'm like, hey, by the way, buy my comics. Nobody really cares up till that point. I'm going to get back. Let me just get some water. In general, the fact that I've done a lot of different things on this channel over the years, vaguely similar, right? Vaguely in the same ballpark, but usually attracting very different audiences. And with that in mind, I don't know if there's any like single type of video I can make that'll get everyone to jump in, you know? Like, I don't know if there's actually content I can make that everyone who's subscribed will like. Because everyone wants different things. Some people want me to cover more of my own art and comics, you know, like speed draws and talking about my process and how you can also do your own independent comics and stuff like that. Some people like the read-throughs I do of trash comics, which is, you know, vaguely the similar topic of comics, but very different type of audiences that you're pulling in. And then some people prefer me to cover the news or the drama. I'm always very cautious about becoming a drama channel. Even though, like, people always say that I have relatively good takes on the drama, and that I do try to be fair with those drama video stuffs, but I just generally don't want to be a drama channel. It's just like, it's such a hot potato to have fucking thrown in your lap. It's like, oh God, now I'm this person. But yeah, and then there's other people who want me to do the review stuff. So there's all those different avenues that I've kind of delved into, and they all have different audiences that have just like melted into my 68,000 subscriber count. And I guess that's the main reason why my videos are averaging out like 1,000 to 2,000 videos to 2,000 views per video, because it's not something that everyone is really interested in. It's just a small portion of people that are interested in it. because I can't really make a single video that everybody's interested in. I've just like, even though I've stayed relatively on the same topic of like nerdy comic and manga stuff, it's still attracting different audiences who are subscribing for a specific type of content. And focusing on either of those has not really done well for me. We got Clownfish TV for the drama. Yeah, right. You can go to them. I do share a lot of subscribers with Clownfish TV. Have you made any more comics after the Boxer Girl? Yes, multiple. And I think a lot of my newer comics are much better. So definitely check those out if you haven't already. That's a lot of content interests. Yeah. Like I said, they're all vaguely the same topic, but they're attracting very different people. Instead of looking to appeal everyone, you should try to find a niche that other creators don't cover. I tried that. Yeah. The niche didn't do well either. I tried to be just the person who did comic read-throughs. I tried to do like keep doing the DC YA comic read-throughs, and then I tried to add webtoon in there. Didn't go well. Didn't go well. Yeah. I just can't catch a break at the end of the day. Diversity is so good, they said. You need to be more diverse, they said. Have a diverse fan base, they said. Fuck. Yeah, right. I don't even think the fan base is that diverse. It's just that they only come for a specific type of video on the channel. And there's also the problem of, the algorithm not, because I'm only getting a small percentage of my subscribers to watch said videos, they're not going to be promoting my videos in general to all the other subscribers. So there's a lot of people who are like, who subscribed to me years ago, who are like, oh, she doesn't upload anymore. It's like, what do you mean I don't upload anymore? I upload all the time. But they just never see my videos on the homepage anymore because they didn't watch a couple of videos, and then YouTube was like, oh, you're not interested in her anymore. And then that was it. So, it's a little bit more complicated, and it's very frustrating. 1K to 2K views isn't so bad. Oh yeah, it is. I mean, it isn't bad compared to someone just starting off YouTube. And there's so many people that like give me the advice to start a new channel as like, no, you don't understand. It takes so long to start a new channel to actually like get the view count that I've managed to get up to, even with this one, even with this dying channel. It would still be much harder to start a new channel than it would be to try to save this one. Because all those people who are getting recommended your videos, if you get on a new channel, they won't be recommended any of those videos. Like all those people that you got to watch, boom, gone. That's what it's like starting a new channel. Notifications never come out, only streams? Well, they have the bell for notifications, but I don't know if that's something that needs to be fiddled with. I always turn off notifications for most people that I subscribe to, honestly, but that's just because I myself go looking for videos of the people that I want to watch. Like I look through the subscription feed, so I don't really feel the need to be notified. But for other people, it might be different, Some people need those notifications to know if somebody's uploading. A lot of creators are shitting on woke comics right now, so you get buried under huge channels. Well, I used to be one of the only ones that talked about comics or talked about woke comics. I used to be one of the top ones. I don't know if I would say the top ones, but there used to be significantly less channels, and I used to be one of the main channels that would cover said things. But then my channel just went pew, so I guess I didn't capitalize on it enough. 5 years on YouTube and you look the same. Well, thank you. I managed to keep up my baby face. You started early. Hello, Trisha. Yeah, I guess I did. Did I? I don't know. Sometimes I start later. But yeah, welcome to the Friday stream, Renee. Ooh. Notifications stuck on YouTube. Sometimes they work, sometimes don't. Flip that coin. Yeah, I guess so. I get notified for your videos, but for live stuff, it's hit or miss, which really sucks because your live streams are so much fun. Well, I'm glad that you have fun. Let's see. We spent like most of our time talking about my YouTube channel dying. Maybe we should talk about something else. Is there something else that can lighten up the mood? But let's see. Sonic City Witch, issue 3, coming out Halloween Day. That's going to be fun. I guess it makes sense for Sonic City Witch to be like kind of a Halloween release comic. We don't have all the art finished just yet, but there's just like some minor details that need to be added in. Then I can do the lettering, and so like I can make that release date for sure. And I'm not very concerned about that. The only thing that I'm really concerned about is the release of Reaper. That is a much more complicated thing to figure out, because I don't want Reaper to be competing with any sales from Sonic City Witch. And you might have noticed that I did a poll recently. It was like, which are you most interested in seeing more of? And poor Reaper got like dead last. Got like dead last place. Nobody's interested in Reaper. Why don't you just run over my heart? You know what comic actually won that poll, though? Actually, it shocked me. It shocked me. I'm not mad. I'm just, like, confused. The comic that won was It's Not Like Getting a Job Will Kill You, which was a one-shot. A one-shot comic, and I put it up there because I have an idea for a follow-up to that, which I could do in the future, but it's not something that I would ever consider a priority. But yeah, people were really interested in seeing more of It's Not Like Getting a Job Will Kill You over everything else on that poll. Why don't I do a share screen so we can laugh about this together? There we go. There's my channel. Hide that. All right. There you have it. That's a lot of votes too. Did this many people even buy my comics? That's it's funny how that works out. So there you have it. It's Not Like Getting a Job Will Kill You at 43% right now. I guess it's still taking votes, right? I guess so. So this could change. But yeah. Wasn't expecting that. I guess at some point I should start work on the sequel to that. It's still not a priority for me, even though people are clearly interested in seeing more of that story and those characters. But it's funny. And then the more new comics, and I assume maybe that percentage is of people who have not read my comics and are looking for something different to come out that they would be interested in. That's my assumption anyway. That's kind of why I put that on the poll. If, like, you want to read some comics from me but just haven't found anything that you're interested in yet, and you're waiting for newer other comics to come out. But yeah, coming in the second place is Sonic City Witch, which kind of makes sense. I mean, Sonic City Witch has been a very long running series at this point, with only about one issue coming out every year. And it's only a 4-issue series, but it feels like it's lasted forever. And as I said, if you are excited about seeing more Sonic City Witch, I think you'll enjoy the heck out of issue 3. Writers are not supposed to have their personal opinions on like which issue is the best issue, but issue 3 is the best. issue 3 is pretty peak. It's pretty good. You'll enjoy it. And then that poor last place, Reaper. My poor Reaper comic that I want to make my main series is trailing behind. It's so sad. Whatever. I kind of get it. I haven't really written too many edgy comics in my lifetime. And I think maybe people's instinct is that because I haven't written many of them, it must mean I'm not very good at it. Which is not true. I think I'm very good at it. But what do I know? I guess you'll just have to find out when Reaper does come out and reach your own conclusions. But yeah, apparently people think I'm very good at comedy since this one is the winner. I did enjoy doing the art for that one because it was more cartoonish and I have a lot of fun drawing expressions. So I could kind of just go like as crazy as I wanted to go with making it a super cartoony comic. And yeah, I have been told that because of that, the art is very good for It's Not Like Getting a Job Will Kill You. Even though I'm still working on my art skills in general, a lot of people think that this comic in general, because I was able to go cartoony and kind of crazy with it, it turned out to be some of the best. So I wouldn't be against doing more comics like that, or even more comics in that art style. But I'm not super interested in making It's Not Like Getting a Job Will Kill You my main series, of course. I'm not against doing a sequel. I do have a sequel in mind for it. I usually have an ideal way to continue the story, because I like to have it open-ended at the end. But yeah, not super interested in turning it into an ongoing series, though. So sorry if that's what you want, but I think a sequel is fine. Ongoing series, I don't really see it happening. When people finally see Reaper, it'll become #1. Thank you. I appreciate your enthusiasm and optimism. A new comic might be Breast Envy is Real. Thank you, StreamYard, for jumping the chat up so that I clicked on the wrong one. I meant to click on this one. What I've read of Reaper is good. Thank you. The poll doesn't count. Don't make me come in there. Oh, man. Yes, the YouTube bots are trying to foil your plans for Reaper. That's what it is. What are your thoughts on all the Mario stuff? I honestly don't know. I haven't really looked into... There's only a few game trailers that I've actually seen, because I don't watch the streams. I just watch the trailers after the announcements. So I've only seen a few of the trailers, and I don't think I've seen any of the Mario trailers. So I don't know. There was a Peach game, right? People were talking about a Peach game. I got to get updated on this stuff. Sorry. Next issue is always the best. Yeah, I guess so. Not too many edgy comics, but your best one was edgy as fuck. Resurrect Street Levelers. Oh man, that is quite a request. I think most people would disagree with you, though. I think they would look at Street Levelers and be like, yuck. Yuck, teenage Dannphan writing her crappy web comics. Ew. I gotta nuke all, before I ever do a Street Levelers reboot, I gotta nuke all traces of that webcomic so nobody reads that. It's so cringe. Peach with a sword. Ooh, that sounds exciting. Give me Reaper, give me death. Well, you heard him. I guess I gotta give you Reaper. All right, so I guess I might as well talk about it, because I did say that I would give more news about it come September, and it is pretty far into September, and I haven't given any news, so I gotta say something, even if it's unofficial, right? All right, so I'm getting close to being done the work that I need to do on Sonic City Witch. I still got a little bit of heavy lifting to do, but I feel like, as I said before, I can get it done before the release date come October 31st, Halloween Day, when issue 3 comes out. I feel like I can get done the work I need to do and then have it off my chest for a while. So then the question becomes, do I launch Reaper this year? Do I have time to really prep up a campaign for it? And do I have the ability to kind of promote both at the same time? Because you do have to really promote ahead of time to let people know that the campaign exists and when it's going to launch and all those things. I don't really have a big mailing list for Reaper right now. I'm still promoting the mailing list. I still have it in the descriptions of all my videos and stuff. But it's just not very large. And Manga Plus, I think that was a good adventure to try putting the preview up on Manga Plus. But I didn't actually fish a lot of signups from there. Sad to say, many people did not follow the link or look into it any further than the preview. So, it was a good theory. It was a good theory to try to reach more people and hopefully get some signups, but it didn't really amount to anything. Maybe in the future, maybe it just increases visibility on the comic, and maybe that will help have some familiarity. If people ever see it again, see it pop up on their feed, then they'll be like, oh, I vaguely remember this. I think I read a little bit of it before. Let me read some more, something like that. But it didn't really fish any signups. So it's still a fairly small signup list. Granted, even my small signup lists are still something to go off of, right? But I really want more people. I really want more people to be reading the comics that I put out. Especially when I commit a lot to said comics, Could you, hang on, this is somewhat of a long question. Could you raise money for a comic by people paying you to draw them into the comic as a background character? It might be fun to see myself in a comic. Some people have that in their Indiegogo campaigns. It's like a perk to get yourself drawn as a background character. It's interesting. I don't hate it as an idea, but I don't really know if that's where I'm going to get most of the funds needed. You know, I'd rather have more fans than I would have fans that are spending out the wazoo to keep me floating. Because I feel bad. I feel bad constantly like asking for more from the loyal people as opposed to trying to get more people interested. The end goal is to increase the fan base, not just increase the price, you know? I'm not going to pull a Disney on you guys. What are your comics about? Well, we have a bunch of different comics. I have my own website put together, actually, called burningstarcomics.net. Right here, huh? What do you think about this? This doing anything for you? Yeah, so some of these are comics that some of my friends did. A lot of them are comics that I did, though. So, like, for example, we have Sonic City Witch over here. This is the first issue, obviously, and it kind of is a mix mash of cyberpunk, but also there are witches and magic, right? And then they basically go to war with each other. And so that's interesting. If you want to see something like sci-fi versus fantasy, you'll get some of that in Sonic City Witch. And then It's Not Like Getting a Job Will Kill You, which I mentioned before was what won the poll of comics that people want to see more of. This is kind of like a goofy, I guess, slapsticky-ish comedy about a guy who like gets out to get a job for his wife so that they can have a kid, and he ends up accidentally joining the mafia. Hence why he's quite worried there on the cover with all these guns pointing at him. Horizon Quest is my most recent. I didn't write it, and I feel like that's important to note. It's also behind me right here. This is Horizon Quest. Adam Eisner. He's a fantasy writer. He wrote it. I did the art for it. And there's other stuff too, besides like what I have here. Ellie the Eliminator was one of my first that I started selling on the page. And yeah, Tubular. Thanks. Neat. Oh, thanks for the donation. 1234. That's a very specific here, so you don't get CMYK poisoning. Oh, you. Would you be opposed to going on a stream like the Jack Show? What is the Jack Show? Is that something I should know about? I'll say no, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I'm not sure what I'm agreeing to. You know what I mean? It's like a very, very skeptical, no, I'm not opposed, but I don't also know what you're talking about. The Jack Show. Do you guys know what the Jack Show is? The Jack Show. Oh. Okay, well, there are a bunch of different people uploading streams that are called Jack Show. So I still don't know. There's like Star Wars Girl, John Malin, and Cecil. They're all uploading. Yeah. And I don't have issues with any of those people, but I assume Jack stands for something with comics somewhere in there. It's a Comicsgate stream? Gotcha. The Jack Show is edgy. Moist Criticals podcast. Yeah, sure. How edgy? You know, because I do have a limit to how much edge I can take, at least in person. It's really awkward, like talking with people who are trying to make a joke or trying to make an edgy joke, but it's not funny. And they really want you to laugh, so they just keep on hammering it in, but it's just still not funny. Very awkward. I don't want to be caught in one of those situations, you know? Don't do it. I mean, I have no idea, as I said before. You should try becoming a VTuber. That's the B plan. Thank you for another donation. Please don't feel discouraged and keep doing your work. I'm sure I speak for everyone here when I say you're an inspiration to us all. Aw, thank you. I do my best. Oh, it's all their names? Okay, so John Malin, Anna, Cecil, Kelsey, the Jack Show. Gotcha. Okay, that makes much more sense. It didn't even occur to me. I was just like, all these different people so all these different YouTubers are just uploading streams with the Jack Show name. What does that mean? I don't get enough light. Oh, there we go. That's much better, actually. Yes, but the light is in my face now. It's actually kind of underneath me, so it's kind of giving a dark vibe. My eyes are all darkened out. I'm going evil, guys. I'm doing my best here. Lighting is always kind of an issue on my videos, in case you haven't noticed. I think that's better. That's better, yeah. Humor is the worst. A Dannphan ASMR stream win? Ah, man. If only. If only I could do something so simple and sell a bunch of comics, and then I just don't have to worry about any of the other weird stuff. Like pointing a flashlight under your face for the spooky vibes. Yes, exactly. That's what I mean. Comicsgate channels really promote comics hard, especially if you're a guest. Yeah, no, that's true. As much as people hate Comicsgate, you know, hate or love them, you got to admit they do promote comics really well. I don't know if the fans you get from those promotional streams actually stay with you, though. Because it feels like, you know, you get promoted once, you get a ton of people to back your first campaign. But when the sequel comes out, how many of those people are actually gonna also back the sequel? You know, it's probably one of those things where they just like back once for the impulsiveness of just like hearing about your comic on a stream. But I don't know if they're actual true fans that are sticking with you. But you know, I do if it's good. Yeah, yeah, of course. Always back the comics that you're interested in. Don't let them slip through your fingers. The lights, Dannphan, true crime. Do I look that bad? Hang on. More light good? I'm being blinded by the lights, but it also helps when I don't have the glasses on, I guess, because then there's less shadow on my eyes. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but I have very big eyes. You just can't tell because I'm always covering them up with my glasses. It's part of the reason why I'm so good at being expressive for a lot of these videos that I do. I have very transparent expressions that show accurately how I feel about something. And then I have very big expressive eyes. And I like drawing expressions. It all goes full circle, you see? It's my genetics. It all weaves into each other. Try some edge lighting? I have no idea. Anime Dannphan, so kawaii. Yeah. Ugh. Just keep with the good work, and we Dannphans appreciate it. Have a good weekend. Bye. Well, goodbye. I guess we've gone on for a little bit longer than usual, but it's been a fun stream. You can't really depend on an audience. People are fickle. Yeah, people are fickle. And you know, that fickleness really gets people really upset. Really upset. Like when they get a bunch of backers when they go on some of those promotional streams, and then the backers don't stick around for the second book, and they get really depressed over that, and sometimes very angry. And, you know, at the end of the day, I'm not going to get angry at people for not buying a book that they're not interested in. Like, if you're not interested in Reaper, I don't blame you for not wanting to sign up for the mailing list. It's your decision. It's fine. I wouldn't want to like guilt you into getting it. If you're interested, get it. If you're not, don't get it. You know, easy stuff. But it is also depressing if nobody wants to read your book, of course. So I get it from both sides. I do, in the future, really need to figure out how to find fans, like true fans, that are going to like the type of content that I want to make. And that's difficult. That is difficult. I haven't really figured it out yet. I haven't really cracked the code on YouTube in general. And people think that I have, right? They think that I'm a successful YouTuber, but I don't know how you're defining success, but I only have a very small percentage of people actually going for the comics. So I want to extend that amount of people. Like I said before, I'm not just going to raise the price. I want to raise the fan base. I want to have more fans rather than just like squeezing the money out of the fans that I do have. But I really do appreciate the support in the meantime. That helps give me the motivation for trying to find the rest of my audience. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people get stuck in that mindset of, oh, it's hopeless. I'm just yelling in the abyss, you know, like nobody's hearing me, nobody's seeing my comics, nobody's interested in them. It's not worth trying to reach this comic career thing. But it is actually very helpful. And I imagine every artist feels the same. It's so helpful to have people just do a simple compliment. A simple compliment goes a long way. Just someone saying, oh man, I really like the art for this comic. Oh man, I really enjoyed this comic. I hope you do more. Can't wait for your next comic, you know, stuff like that. That helps so much with the motivation in general. Like Adam, he's never had fan art for any of his previous books, but we got a lot of fan art for Horizon Quest, and he was just high on fucking life, you know? That shot his motivation up tenfold, just getting fan art and getting told by people that they really enjoyed the comic. It really does matter, you know? Your success means you're on the map, not necessarily popping all the way off. Yeah, I guess different people define success a different way, you know, like professional. How people define it professional. Most people define it as, oh, well, if you make money doing the thing, then you're a professional. That's it. And other people define it, well, you have to make a living doing the thing. That's what makes you a professional. And then other people define it as, oh, well, you need to be under some corporation or working for some company, and that makes you a professional, etc., etc. But you know, you didn't crack the YouTube code because you're not a total scumbag. Integrity doesn't help in this case. Yeah, I am a very transparent person, aren't I? If I feel bad about something, I usually just say, hey, I feel bad about this. I don't like being deceptive. I don't enjoy it. I think the world would be a generally better place if we were all just a little bit more honest and a little bit less shady, you know? do more streams with Adam. We do gaming streams together. I don't know if you're interested in that, but we do gaming streams together, and we talk about a variety of different crazy, maybe a little bit spicy topics on the gaming streams. So you can always join those if you want to see more of me and Adam together talking about stuff. All lies and doubts. I think that stuff every day. You are an instinctual artist, so follow your instinct and take the over-worrying brain to a hike. Tell, not take. Gotcha. Yeah, I will do my darndest. Do my best doing what I do. No retreat, no surrender. Keep pushing that book. Yes. I need to find out where all of the fantasy fans are, right? That's what I need. Because, Reaper Horizon Quest, I got 2 fantasy books. They're going to be popping off on Burning Star Comics over here. So it would actually be kind of helpful to have more fantasy fans to get those under my belt so that I can push it to those people. Although not all fantasy fans really read comics. So, I don't know. It's a very difficult thing. We need specifically fantasy fans who also like comics. The world would be a better place with more Dannphan. Thank you, Trent. I think Reaper being a darker genre will hit a new audience and new readers for you. It appeals to me a lot, and I'm probably not your typical demographic. Just got to keep going. Thank you. I will keep going. I think I'm decent at those comedy comics. And even though I haven't done a lot of romance, I bet I'd be killer at writing some romance. But I do really want to do Reaper. Reaper is one of those, what would I even call it? Like a shotgun comic, where I can hit a lot of different genres in one thing. Reaper is a darker tone, so you get like kind of horror-esque type stuff. You get action, because there's a lot of action in Reaper. There's a lot of potential with the characters to extend into other genres like romance or comedy. And that's all stuff that you can explore in later volumes as you get further into the series. Without, I don't want to overcommit, because I don't want it to be, primarily I want it to be a horror action, right? But my point is just that you can also tap in just a little tappy tap into the other genres without going overboard. So it's a good shotgun comic where you can do a little bit of everything that you love. And can you make a rom-com? I can. I definitely can. I've got so many ideas of comics just hanging out, just chilling on my computer. They're just chilling. They're not going anywhere, but they're there. I can always just pop one of those and do it. But a lot of time to dedicate to a comic whenever you do one. So you got to make sure that it's all worth it. What about getting some more creators on Burning Star? You could bring in more fans and help promote other creators. Honestly, I feel a little bit guilty because I feel like I'm not very good at promoting other creators, because I can't even promote myself that well. Tragically to say, but I have been vaguely successful in getting people to buy other cool comics by giving them like my approval. And I do have plans to open up submissions on Burning Star Comics so that I can get other people to submit their comics to Burning Star. Obviously, I've already 2 examples here. I've already published other people's comics on the website besides my own. And I wouldn't be against publishing more comics besides my own, and actually being like a full publisher. It's just a lot of work. And I want to make sure I never bite off more than I can chew. I want to make sure that it's all contained, it's all under control. And another thing is I would be very, very picky with submissions. Very picky. Maybe that's a bad thing. I don't know. Maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. I'm just picky in general. I mean, have you seen my reviews? Have you seen my comic reviews? I'm crazy picky. I'm always super critical, even of my own comics. I look at my own comics and I'm like, this is garbage. But I'm not against publishing more comics on Burning Star. If you are an independent comic creator, it's do your thing. Do your thing. And when I do open up public submissions, submit it. If you're interested, if that tickles your funny bone. Is that a saying? I don't know. If that makes you interested, yes, I'll definitely have submissions open at some point. Oh, thank you. Reaper's looking to be the most promising book you've worked on. I want it to be. I definitely want it to be. Because it's the one that I want to be my main series. So I want it to be the best of the best, in fact. I'm a sucker for romance, so I would eat up any dedicated romance comics you were to make. Yeah, I would certainly make romance comics that don't have any of that degenerate cheating shit in there or any of the other crazy stuff that they try on Webtoon. Because really, there needs to be more romance. Let me start over. There needs to be more in the romance genre that's not just pessimism and drama and cheating and all of that stuff. There needs to be like happy romances. Call me crazy. But I am very passionate about pushing more happy romances. Like, did you notice my Mahiru anime figurine? This is fairly new. It's not brand new, but I did get it recently this year. There needs to be more happy romances like The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten. Good stuff that, like, you know, makes you feel a little bit more confident about finding the one day. Because there's so many people that are so depressed, thinking that, like, they should never date anyone because whoever they date is just going to cheat on them and be a bitch to them because all they've ever seen is like Webtoon originals. You know what I mean? All right, I won't get into that right now. Have you tried to publish some of your comics for free, like one-shots? Easier buy, maybe? Well, if they're free, then there is no buy. But I do have free comics out there. So like there used to be a section of the website that was called freebies up here on the bar. I took that section out because nobody ever visited those. So I've put up free comics on the website before, but nobody ever touched them. Yeah. It is what it is, right? Yes, you running a publishing company is a great idea. It's very self-indulgent, but I would love to push more comics that I love into the world so that people can see them. I've mentioned it all the time when I go on Webtoon and I'm like, there's so much crap on Webtoon and you have to do so much work to find the good comics, right? But what if I could just push only good comics? What if there was just a publishing place that just only had good comics, right? That were like hand-picked out and approved by a super overly critical comic reviewer. Only the best, only the pristine. Yeah. I think that would be very fun. Is my, I guess, point there. Yeah, no Princess's Jewels here. I definitely would have rejected the Princess's Jewels. Definitely. If that, it's not good. You found a hole in the market, so dive in. Yeah, that's a good point. With the romance stuff, for sure. Oh, for sure. Yeah. I'm very cynical by nature, so I really enjoy reading about romance that's actually loving and wholesome. Yes, yes. Need more of that. Normalize it. Normalize loving and wholesome. There's no reason to be a pessimist all the time. Because there are good things in life, also. Definitely. All right. You know what? I've been going on for a little bit too long. I think I do have to call it an end to the stream, but we talked about a bunch of fun things. I enjoyed this little discussion that we had here. I don't know when, so long as we're on the topic, I don't know when I'm going to actually publish the submission page for Burning Star Comics. Obviously, I've got a lot of other stuff going on right now, so maybe not right now. But assuming that everything gets wrapped up and I'm done, like, at least most of the work that I have to do for Sonic City Witch. Like, if I can at least get to a certain point where I'm like, okay, I can put it down for a little bit. Don't have to do as much hands-on work. Then, maybe, I can do the Reaper campaign in November. Obviously, I would have to figure that out very quickly if I can do the campaign in November. But, because you have to promote it, you have to do a lot of promotion before the campaign finally launches. But yeah, it's very, I see Renee and Ray just screaming. It's very difficult to promote two comics at the same time. That's the one thing that I'm most concerned about, is trying to launch Sonic City Witch issue 3 on Halloween Day, and then immediately after that comic just got released, start promoting a campaign. And I have not built the campaign page yet at all. I've only done the sign up page. I haven't built the campaign page, but we do know what tiers we want to do. You might have already saw the poster that I commissioned before. We also have some other cool perks. I'm thinking about doing some original art for it, stuff like that. And it'll be a while. It'll be a while before I actually finish it. The campaign is one thing, but it'll be a couple months before I'm actually fully done inking up the comic, because it is quite long, as I've mentioned before. It's going to be at least 100 pages when it's done. But yeah, so that could be something that you can look forward to. The main thing is just putting the nails in the coffin with all the work I got to do for Sonic City Witch. Do streams of the original art? I would love to. I got to figure out how to get the camera set up in a way so that it's looking down at my hands. But yeah, sure. That sounds like a good idea. All right. Not to mention the holiday season beginning in early November, because nobody waits for December anymore. Yeah. Well, it won't be done by December. I can tell you that for sure. It's not going to be the comic campaign that you can rely on as a Christmas present. It's going to come the following year. I'm fast. I'm very fast at doing comics. I'm not that fast. But yeah, it could be fun. Might want to consider having it end on Halloween instead of starting. Oh, like the Reaper campaign? Why, I can't do it now because I have to finish Sonic City Witch. That's the problem. But that is a good point. That is a good point. If I can finish Sonic City Witch by like the work that I have to do on that before the end of September, I guess that would be optimal. But at the same time, I'm like, do I have enough time to promote it? Do I have enough time to let people know that this is the official release date? Is like 2 weeks enough for people to get updated on when the campaign starts? Because I announced it like a while ago, right? And then I had the preview come out like 2 or 3 months ago, but I never had a release date, and I'm still kind of unsure about said release date. I don't have the campaign page yet. There's a lot of stuff to kind of move around. It's difficult. It is difficult running these campaigns. You get the whole excited Halloween month instead of during November. Yeah, that's true. It's very true. Yeah, I'll have to think on that. There's still a couple things that we need to figure out for Reaper before it's ready for a campaign. Stuff that we've been putting off because I had to focus all my energy on Sonic City Witch. So there's a lot of unfinished things. Thanksgiving is the new Halloween for Reaper. Yeah, there you go. That's true. Well, I'm not saying it officially. It's not official that it's going to launch in November. But I'm getting a little bit more confident that I can finish the work I need to do for Sonic City Witch. That's why I mention it. And obviously, I would prefer to have more people on the mailing list so that I can do a larger printing run. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think we might have just peaked. I don't think I have not been able to reach any new audiences this year. I was really hoping that I would. I haven't. Fidget dice. You know what this is? It's a little egg that Adam 3D printed, and he put a little dice in there, and it got stuck. This egg is supposed to open up, but it's stuck. I can't open it. Oh, there it is. I can open it. There we go. There's the dice. Is it very loud? I guess it must be, because this mic picks up sound like a bitch. There you go. Who wants the egg? I'll send you this egg. If you... You know what? Come meet me at one of these conventions that we're going to. The next convention we go to is in October, which just makes October even more of a busy month. PoochieCon. I'll see you guys at PoochieCon. You can get this egg. Come to PoochieCon. I'll give you this egg. Oh, man. You should advertise those more. Hey, I have fidget cubes on the website. Oh, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Let me do my ad read. Okay, so the shop, right? I got comics. Novels, really, there's just one novel on there. Really, it's just Slayer in the Wide Valley. Figured I'd include it on the website since it was part of our last campaign. Original art. Some of the art done by me. Most of it is done by Alex Lopez, who is a much better artist. He does the art for Sonic City Witch. So if you want to get some original art from him, you can get it right here on the website. No strings attached. Posters. I got a bunch of different posters. Some of them are on sale because I have too many of them and I got to get rid of them. I will ship them in a tube so that they will not get folded for you. So if you want unfolded posters that are just rolled up, shipped to you, nice and flat, or well, kind of flat, kind of curved because they've been rolled up. You can get a bunch of posters right on the website. And then toys and figures. I got the fidget cubes, Burning Star fidget cubes. They're awesome. Also got the paintable Ellie figure. You see Ellie over here? None of you know who Ellie is. Poor Ellie didn't get any love. And then there's the Vera standee, which was available during the Horizon Quest campaign. Not the helmet, just the standee. Just the standee. Sorry, guys. You should have backed the campaign if you wanted her in the helmet. You should have. Yeah. You missed out on that opportunity. I don't know who Ellie is. Nobody knows who Ellie is. Yeah, there we go. Excellent idea, Dannphan. There is only one egg, but so many people craving it. The blood games shall begin. You guys are the best. Ellie's cute. I love Vera. Need to get some of that physical merch. Yeah. We're going to have more merch, too. For sure. You know what we're working on right now? I don't know if this is a spoiler or not. Should I cue it to myself? Oh, I don't know. What we're working on right now, I'll just fucking tell you. Who cares? We're going to do a 3D printed model of the castle from Reaper. So that you can buy like a castle figure for the Reaper campaign. And it's going to be our top. Because last time we did like an ultimate bundle with the Vera standee helmet holder. Now we're going to do a castle. We're going to 3D print a castle. Because we've already... which one of these can I pick up without breaking them? Like this is the Disney castle. A little bit of dust on there. Not good for my health. 3D printed that out. It's beautiful, isn't it? Fucking gorgeous. It's a shame though, because like the tippy tops of these, they're so thin, they break so easy. I gotta find out how to ship whatever castles we make so that they don't break so easy. Yeah, you see through the hole. This is just an example. This is not the castle that we're going to be printing. We're going to be printing the actual model for the castle that I used, or actually I commissioned it for Reaper. But yeah, I got to do some editing for it to make it look better because it doesn't really look that pretty because I just used it for like reference for doing the actual comic. But I'm going to see if I can download a 3D art program and get it all gussied up. And then we'll do a 3D printed version of the Reaper Castle. Maybe even put it on the like hill and with the broken bridges leading off of it, right? That's going to be fun. I like that. Yeah. We're always coming up with new innovative ideas to use our 3D printer, first of all, and also get people even more excited about backing these campaigns so that they can get something a little bit special from it. Make the campaigns feel extra special. Make you feel extra special for backing it early and doing the campaign rather than waiting for it to get released on the website. So yeah, that's what we're thinking of doing. Dust on the Disney castle. Symbolism. Yeah, there you go. I want the daggers. Yeah. I could 3D print the daggers too. That's an idea. All right. For now, I'm going to say goodnight. We've already gone like 36 minutes over what is usually our Friday with Dannphan time. If you'd like to watch more Dannphan streaming, if you didn't get enough from the Friday with Dannphan, you can always watch the gaming streams. That's the streams that I do with Adam. Right now, we've been playing Vampires the Masquerade Bloodlines. If you like that game, Adam's playing. I'm kind of just backseat gaming. I help him through the sewers section, which is extra confusing. And at some point, we'll do more Elden Ring Convergence mod. We got to do DMC, which is kind of a jokey stream. That crappy DMC reboot we said that we'd play. And what else? I want to do more Sonic Adventure games. We got to do Sonic Adventure 2 at some point. And maybe Lies of P, because I want to play that also. And that's kind of big right now because it just came out. So yeah, I gotta get Lies of P so that we can stream that. Anyway, my point is, there's a lot of fun things to look forward to if you do enjoy gaming streams. You can always chill out on our gaming streams. They're kind of like just they're very chill, kind of podcasty, I guess, while also we yell at the games, especially Sonic. So that's going to be it for tonight, at least for now. Thank you guys for joining me on another fantastic Friday with Dannphan stream. More comic news and other streams, other videos coming out real soon. Hang in there, kiddies. I'll see you next time. Until then.